Welcome to Cultura Latina. This week we're traveling to Mexico City for a diverse taste of their culture. We're riding a bicycle through the streets of the Mexican capital for a glimpse into their alternative sounds. Take a look. Over the last few years, Mexico City has become more friendly for bicycle riding as transportation, creating a movement of people that prefer bikes and other vehicles as a faster and more eco-friendly alternative. Join us. In the last 10 years, Mexico City has seen an exponential explosion of cycling. Due to a mixture of grassroots activism and pointedly public policy, the city is seeing a bloom of cycling culture. However, much road still needs to be gained.
My name is Arely Carreon, Coordinator of Public Policy of Bicitecas, a civil association in Mexico. There are social benefits produced by biking. There's the clear topic of improving air quality. There are clear benefits in terms of physical activation and also for public finances. Because people will get sick less and spend less money on their daily transport, will obviously free up their resources for more important things. The feeling and way we perceive the city is total freedom, and it does not matter if it rains or if there's a protest or a soccer match. Mobility is a right, because you cannot access health, education, culture if you cannot get there.
I use my bike for transport every day. It has become my main means of transportation. You're not at the expense of whether or not there is traffic, if the driver is driving good or bad, and therefore it is very useful because you get a sense of your city and its people. I think this autonomy part of cycling is, I don't know, something that fulfills me, because being the boss of yourself in all aspects is something very important.
We have succeeded in creating a critical mass of users. People who say, for sure, cycling is a fast, comfortable, very agile in the city, and very cheap. I like it.
There is a huge community, at least here in this city, where I've met people who pass you, and tricks and tips.
We do not want in any way to call this a war for space. The city really needs all modes of transportation, and the city should have room for all users. We can no longer accept what has come to be the norm for the past 50 years, that the city was basically built for those who have a car.
It is not just about implementing programs on paper, but rather implement them in practice. And there is still a major gap for motorists to participate in this culture, and the fact that they think they can take the road from other cyclists.
And so the demand of the cycling community is obviously a culture of protection and respect for the motorists, an adequate infrastructure throughout the city, because they have bike lanes and bike-specific sites, but only in certain areas of the city center. Yet the periphery and the rest of the city, which is basically very big, has nothing in terms of bikes. Even those who do not ride bikes can be a part of this urban improvement, thanks to a group of mainly youth who are in the streets, winning the streets every day with force and pedals.
During the past 7 years, the Orquesta Basura, or the Trash Orchestra of Mexico City, has been creating amazing sounds with their instruments made out of recycled items and garbage. Enjoy! The Orquesta Basura, or Trash Orchestra in Mexico City, has brought together people of all age groups over the past 7 years to not just listen to a broad array of music, but to also make people rethink of what they call trash.
My name is Fernando Lopez. I'm a member of a trash orchestra.
My name is Yair Cerda Lopez, but everybody knows me as Hari Trash.
I'm sending you this message to tell you how that jerk treated you. Just because you're a street sweeper does not give him the right to tell you you're trash, to treat you badly. We are a band where we make music for informal instruments made from trash. We are a group of friends and colleagues who want to make music in different genres. We needed different instruments, different sounds, but we had no money to buy everything we wanted at the time. So we decided that we would use what we had at hand. It doesn't cost us anything, which was broken stuff in our houses, or things with multiple uses that could be found at the flea market.
I can say with the orchestra, I like to experiment, especially with popular folk rhythms, not only from Mexico. I love tarantela, the paso doble, vallenato, Colombian cumbia. I can tell you countless genres that I listen to.
And that's the essence of what we do. We go to a public place where you think they wouldn't want to listen to rock, and we play them rock. Or we go to a place where they won't listen to danzón, so we play in danzón.
Because one of the things we want is, through the music, not instruments, is to invite people not to be stuck on one type of genre. We encourage them to explore other things. Our music speaks of popular and working class topics that are passed on to us, or anecdotes. Messages such as Chacharita, which is our subject, talking about people who are dedicated to picking up trash.
But the goal is not that. It's not to create consciousness by discourse. Rather, it is to make a reflection on buying from flea markets. And yes, it can be considered something sustainable or environmentalist, but also economic. And we speak about no discrimination and making possible things through other means.
Vemos que la gente nos consideraba como creativos en potencia.
We see people consider us as creative with power, at another level or smarter or more capable, and we say no, you too have this ability. We appreciate that you consider us creative, but you can also be creative. Be familiar with the instrument, touch it and play it, and realize it's real.
We are always very honest and sincere, very humble, because we come from that kind of environment, and we cannot be overconfident. We cannot, nor do we want or intend to. We are often accustomed to think of mass change, but the change really begins at home. So for us, those types of things that people share with us, come chat after a concert, simply sitting there for an hour and a half listening to what we do, be there receiving and sharing, makes it worth what we do.
Thanks for watching. Next week we'll be back with another amazing taste on Latin American culture. See you then.